Hello and welcome back to Building a Better Britain. My name's Ummar Hannif, and today's video is a little bit different because we're not going to focus on UK real estate and investment markets in the way that we typically have done. Instead, we're going to be talking about something very different. We're going to be talking about a commodity, and in particular, silver. Now, what we've seen in recent years, 12, 18 months or so, is gold skyrocket to unprecedented highs, and the price of gold now means that if you haven't got gold or you're looking at starting out to invest in gold, it's actually a really tough market to get into because of how expensive it is. That then brings me on to silver. So silver has always been less than gold in terms of value, and typically the ratio has been 10 to 1. So for every $100 of gold, there's about $10 of silver for the same weight. But that's significantly higher now, and the ratio is disproportionate to where we've seen that typically stand, certainly in the 80s, 90s, and in the early 2000s. But gold is used for typically for jewelry. It's used for currency and those sorts of things, where silver has also got an industrial application. Silver's application applies in technology, smartphones, laptops, electric vehicles, solar panels, far more expansive than gold in terms of use. But we're also seeing a situation now where silver is at a very tight pinch point in terms of supply. There's just not enough of it around at the moment to fulfill the need for people's jewelry, people's collection, people's investments, and the industrial side of it as well. To the point where countries like India and China have actually locked down all silver sales going out of the country. They have locked down all of their silver reserves, and I suspect that will continue in other countries as well. So what does this mean for you? The average person, the consumer, somebody looking to invest? Well, somebody told me, a financial advisor not long ago, that the price of cash typically halves every 15 years or so. So if you have £10,000 in cash and you do nothing with it, in about 10 to 15 years time, that's worth about the equivalent of half of that today. And, so $10,000 today might be the equivalent of $5,000 or £5,000 in a decade or so's time. The price of silver, however, solid silver, is going up. So is the question that we need to ask ourselves, do we stop keeping cash and start investing in silver? Well, that's one of the things that I want to very, very quickly talk about now. So cash, you can obviously go and spend, and you can put in savings accounts, and you can gain interest at a modest 3 or 4% or whatever it might be these days. The thing about silver is, silver's gone up in the last 20 years. It's gone from $5 an ounce to $65 an ounce in the last 20 years alone. So you do the maths on that. And it's set to go up again. Some very interested analysts have looked at silver, and they believe that silver could hit as high as $100 an ounce. And this is 1 troy ounce of solid silver. All right. This is 99.9% fine silver. It's the purest type of silver you can buy on the market, and it is a solid silver coin. These, in my opinion, are the best ways to start to get involved in silver trading because of the liquidity. People will buy these bullion coins for $65, somewhere around the £55 to £57 mark, and they are flying out. You try to get hold of solid silver coins like these, and good luck with that, because at the minute they're just flying out. So that then brings me to my next point, which is about bars, solid silver bars. And these bars are also 1 troy ounce. These are about the same price, but these are slightly more readily available. So this is from a reputable mint, which is Scottsdale Mint. I don't know whether you can see that there. So these are probably the best way to start, I would say. If you can get hold of the coins, great. You can get the maple leaves, you can get the US Liberty coins, the Krugerrands in South Africa. There's also Sterling Mint, Scottsdale also do coins. So that might be the way to start. You don't need to go crazy. If you can buy one of these a month and build your collection up over the next, say, 12 months, that would be probably the most sensible way to go. You could also look at gram bars, which are 1 gram sterling silver bars that are much smaller, but you can probably pick these up for, £7, £8, something like that, and build your collection that way. And if you have a little bit more money to spend, then you could look at rounds, sort of 2 ounce rounds, and these will set you back around about £100 at the moment, £110. These are slightly thicker than the 1 ounce coins, as you can see, and they have a really nice weight to them. Make sure that you do buy from reputable bullion merchants, reputable dealers, because there has been stories of people coating copper and some of the cheaper metals with silver. But it's really important that you start to think about what your collection may look like. And then, of course, there's loose as well. I'm not going to get these out because there's quite a lot of them. But you can also buy loose silver, which has less value. It's what we call spot value, so basically scrap value. Still higher than what it was, but this is just melt. This will just be melted down to produce rings and jewelry and electrical components and whatever else. So you don't need to go crazy. You could probably spend £50, £60 a month if you can afford that. And in, say, 12 months' time, this time next year, you could have, 10 or 12 really nice pieces, which, will be worth, hopefully, substantially more than what you pay for them. And just because prices start to go up doesn't mean that you can't buy, because your portfolio is based on your blended price. So you buy 1 ounce at, say, £50, and you buy another one in 6 months' time at, say, £70, and then you buy another one in a year's time at £100. It doesn't matter because the portfolio is blended. It doesn't matter whether you're buying high. It's about hedging that, and it's ensuring that you have enough of a stack, as it's referred to, that should the prices shoot up, you're not going to be left behind like many were when the gold market surged. So do I think that silver is a good investment? Well, I've bought quite a bit of silver myself. I'm holding silver. I think silver is the right way to go. Of course, take your own financial advice. This is not financial advice in any way, shape or form, or investment advice. This is just my perspective on what I think will happen in the next 12, 18 months. Watch this space and good luck.